For the first time ever, we have a pro-crypto president in the White House. And based on all on-chain evidence, this bull run has barely just started. We're in for a crazy time in crypto and everything is in place to kick off an insane 2025. We just got to be ready for it. And now, I know I talk a lot about the gains that members are making on FINOVA, but one guy made over $27,000 from a single throwaway trade. That's the kind of results you can get if you set yourself up right, which is exactly what I want to help you do. So here's what I'm going to be covering in this video: how to target strong altcoins for 2025, key altcoins that stand out from the pack, and most importantly, how to structure your portfolio so you can make the most out of these plays. Not financial advice, of course. Targeting strong altcoins for 2025. Right now, there are an insane amount of cryptos entering the space. CoinGecko, Binance, you can see the results. It's overwhelming. We went from like 10,000 total cryptos about 2 years ago to millions and millions of crypto tokens. It's absurd, and any of them could pop off. Or none of them could. That's the problem we're gonna solve. A strategy that I'm a fan of is finding new cryptos that have solid prospects of being listed on a major exchange in the near future. Because if it is going to get listed on a major exchange, that means it is open, it is exposed to more and more investors and more credibility. So exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, Bybit, OKX, and Kraken, they have huge amounts of trading volume and user trust. When a coin gets listed, it's more likely to get a solid amount of attention, an immediate pump, and then usually price corrects down to some normal level, and more reliable long-term growth and volume. Here's an example. A month or so ago, we saw point 2 happen with Cow Protocol and Cetus Protocol. Generally, listings can send the price up by at least around 27%. But in many cases, that can be far more if it's positioned and timed just right. So you can see, if you can identify a token that's currently only traded on a decentralized exchange, that can be a massive gainer if that gets listed on a large centralized exchange. When I have found a token that is only decentralized right now and has high odds of getting listed on a big exchange, I have 2 plays available to me. The first one is get in early and just hold through the pre and post listing and just ride that thing as it goes up. Number 2 is to use a tool like cryptocurrency alerting to ping when a token lists so you can jump in on that initial pump, take your profits, get out of there. As for the one that I prefer, it really depends. It depends on the brand, the token, the community, the team. If this thing has lasting potential, there's so many different factors to consider there. But that's the formula. Find an excellent product that is undervalued relative to what it does and its peers in the market. See if it's about to be listed on a big exchange, and then just sit back and watch the gains roll in because you picked something before the crowd knew about it. Now, just to be clear, a listing on a major exchange doesn't 100% guarantee a pump. If it's overly hyped ahead of time, that pump can actually happen before the listing. But a pump is highly likely because post-listing, you have exposure to so many people. It's how that listing is managed that really matters. So you still have to consider each crypto, its quality, its historical price data, the reputation of the exchange itself. It unfortunately isn't quite as simple as just it's listed, you make $1 million. There's a few more factors. So this is something that we stress on FINOVA, which is why people get results like this, or the over $1 million I made in a month. The reason is simple. Every day we're sharing play-by-plays of our profitable trades with members, explaining our entry and exit points, our research, our reasoning, and we're sharing our profits along the way. Just last month, members have made insane trades and collected insane profits. Kyle, our top trader who turned $26 into $4 million, has taken all of his experience and research and compiled that into a 30-day trader certification. That teaches you everything you need to make sense out of this, and then turn it into this. So you can make money from crypto trades week in and week out, as well as run the longer trades that can make you a small fortune. This is what I mean by research, learning from the best and how they break down cryptos and trades. If you want to get started, hit the link below, sign up while spots last. Now let's look at some prospects that are doing enough to get big exchange attention. Key altcoins that stand out from the pack. Right off the bat, you'll see Virtuals Protocol, which had a huge 26,000% gain, making it the top performing asset in 2024. Virtuals was riding on the back of the AI agents hype, and that's very much alive in 2025. Realistically, the tech is now just starting to come in 2025, and it'll continue to grow through 2026. So this brings a ton of solid use cases to the table. It's a platform that allows users to create and monetize AI agents without the need for code. So you can create this self-learning, intelligent AI right from the comfort of your own home. Something like that. That's the promise anyways. Virtual saw a pretty solid price surge after being listed on Upbit, which is a medium-sized exchange, but it's since corrected down a bit in price. So where can this go? It definitely has the attention. It has the narrative legs to get listed on a major exchange like a Binance, things like that. AI agents are already one of the main narratives of 2025 with, Meta and other big tech companies racing to crack this. So there's plenty of potential for growth, and also just the fact that once someone cracks AI agents, judging by how AI technology works, once one person can do it or company, 10 other companies then can do it. In terms of investable gains, a crypto AI agent will have more potential upside as a percentage versus, buying into Meta or some other larger tech company where you might see a 20% gain or something like that. You could see hundreds of percent gain on a crypto, but of course there's more risk in the crypto. We gotta be real as well. Next up in my research here was digging into SPX 6900 and PopCat as potentials for this strategy. Now, both of these are great. However, they've both already landed Kraken listings, that's just huge. That's a huge exchange. So I'm not going to dive into them here. Mantra, similar story. They've already landed on Binance. Mog, again, they landed on Coinbase. So let's keep digging here. Another token that I've seen popping up is 888. They're a meme coin with solid branding and a lot of room for growth. They received a bit of attention in the new year, but they're still relatively under the radar. However, you can see there's a little bit of a risk because their coin market cap hasn't verified their total supply, which is a little bit sus. Like if you're putting a solid amount of cash in there, I don't know. SolScan has Radium holding 10% of the token, and the current supply is just below what they list on CoinMarketCap. So just be aware of what's going on there. This one could end up getting a listing if it sees more community engagement. Check out this one as well, TARS AI. This is another project that hasn't got the attention that it deserves, it seems. Well, I have my issues with the Solana network. TARS itself as a project has landed itself partnerships with NVIDIA, and this is an effort to supply users with AI applications within a few minutes. It saw a lot of activity throughout late December and earlier this year, but what didn't? However, it's hardly cracked anything huge in terms of price action. This smells like a project that could get adopted by a larger exchange, and that might be the catalyst that it needs to go above $1 or $3 or potentially more. So that's one definitely worth putting on your watch list. Another one that might be flying under the radar is swarmnode.ai. In general, I think it's healthy to be skeptical of every AI agent project right now. I mentioned they can be massive gainers, but because it's such a hyped area, there are unfortunately many scams as well. SwarmNode has claimed to have partnered with Zapier back in late January, and I checked, and it's legit. Obviously, that's an amazing sign because Zapier is a Web 2 program that does all kinds of automation-related things already, and I think they have a couple AI features as well. The team for SwarmNode is fairly active on X and talks a big game about delivering a solid product. I like that. Although currently their white paper link on CoinMarketCap is dead, which I don't like because you just want, all of the T's crossed and I's dotted when you're investing your hard-earned money into something. Price-wise, they've had a rough go of it, struggling since early January, so if this lands more partnerships, it could be a steal to get this cheap. But of course, be safe, do your own research. Another one where I was a bit skeptical, but I'm interested, is Sturdy. The project seemed cool, but then I saw something not as cool. It was incubated by Barry Silbert. Let's just say his track record is a bit murky for me. I don't know whether he did what they claim that he did. He may be completely innocent. I don't know, but a headline in history like this, that's enough to be off-putting for me. I mean, there's 10 million cryptos I could invest in. If there's red flag at this point, I'm out. So that brings me to my favorite of the bunch, Snack. While I was looking for pre-listing undervalued projects a while back, this one was the top of my list and stayed there. I made an investment almost a year ago now. Great brand, check. Passionate team, check. Extremely active community, check. They're doing great. Price-wise, they've grown significantly in the last year. In the last few months with the rest of the market that slumped in price, we've seen a consolidation there. But the big news that I'm announcing here is SNEC is on the roadmap to be listed on Kraken, which is the first large exchange listing not only for the SNEC token, but for any Cardano native token. So the first token on a Cardano network to be listed on a tier 1 exchange. This could happen any day. It might already happen by the time you're seeing this. So this is a major milestone for the token, and it's going to have the exposure to millions and millions of US crypto buyers because this project did extremely well only being on Web3. You could only buy this through a Cardano DEX or through, a shadier exchange, let's just say. So if you don't know, SNEC is a meme coin that I gained over $1 million in profits on in just 1 month, and I'm still here supporting it, still holding it. 300 million in market cap just feels too small for a project like this. The pieces are there, it just needs to click. When the Kraken listing drops, that might be the catalyst that gets things moving and catches the attention of even bigger fish like Binance and of course more and more investors. But no matter what, set up your portfolio to handle investments like this. Do your own research. Don't invest into anything just because I mentioned it on my channel. Do research. So here's how to structure your portfolio to keep yourself safe. The way you need to think about it is this. If you're investing in a high volatility play, like any altcoin, any meme coin, that's extremely high volatility, that's high risk. So with this level of risk in your portfolio, you need to be smart. One wrong move, you can lose everything. To counter this, you need to reduce your overall exposure to volatile investments, meaning don't put more than 10, 15% of your entire investable portfolio into high risk plays. Balance everything out with a much larger investment that is far less volatile. That's where you just don't lose your pants on an investment. Think of it like how the Japanese earthquake-proof their buildings. You're earthquake-proofing your portfolio to be able to handle any circumstance. The picks that I like for a solid base in any portfolio are dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin or Ethereum, or holding stable coins and lending them out. Personally, in my own portfolio, I've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin for a long time, and it makes my massive position in SNEC feel far more comfortable. I like to keep around 50% plus at least in Bitcoin within my crypto portfolio for safety. And because Bitcoin is pretty solid itself, it still gives me great gains. So that's just a win-win. Alongside Bitcoin, I also recommend holding investments outside of crypto, even in more secure instruments like the S&P 500, treasury bonds, or any other interest-earning accounts. This will reduce your level of risk even further. That way you're not going to be wiped out by one risky play. However, if the risky play pumps, you're primed to still capture those massive wins. That's all. Be smart out there. Have a profitable day.